So, and also let's look at what the Hirose Tanso said. I put the three sentences. First one is the reason why I'm instructing you how to write Chinese poems is because it can be the essential training to understand the people's mind and to guide them by virtue. Never tell this to commoners, but just say you simply like to write and read the Chinese poem for your pleasure. What this means, I'm going to explain later. And the second one is from the highest to the lowest grade, there was no one who did not have some work responsibilities. And the last one, I could not find the better translation on the internet, so that I myself tried to translate the Japanese into all the Japanese into the English. And I made the Gettanhyo. Gettanhyo is a ranking system in a Kangien to motivate my disciples.
What does it mean? Never tell this to commoners. So expert or some very educated person?
Everybody, except the student in the Kangien.
Everybody means commoners, right? But
Everybody.
He said never tell this to commoners.
Right.
Commoners is ordinary people.
Ordinary people.
But
Outside of the Kangien, including the samurai people also.
But never tell to commoners. What does it mean? Never tell.
So I'm going to explain later.
Oh, later. Okay, I don't understand this one.
And the last one, I made a Gettanhyo. Gettanhyo is the ranking system of the school to motivate my disciples, and it seems it's working fine. But harmful side effects also exist in it. Its management is not easy because students tend to get scores for taking the names instead of the essentials. Showing your daily behavior to be good only can guide them in a virtuous manner. So later you can understand why the Hirose Tanso said such kind of things. So at the bottom of the slide, I put the pictures, which was written by someone. So even we look at those pictures, how the Kangien was big, and also a big complex of the buildings in a wide area. So, and the more than 4,000 students studied here.
4,000 in total. So
In total.
every time they like 100 people.
Yes. If we say the numbers of students in a year, roughly speaking, from 100 to 150 per year. So, and the accumulation became the 4,000. Including the era which when Hirose Tanso taught the student, and also his son also succeeded his position after the Tanso.
2 generations.
2 generations, yes. And also they had the branch in Osaka. Kangien Osaka also existed. But those numbers also included. And let's see
Why so
some
many
pictures.
people that came into the council?
Because the Tanso was great teachers in education.
What kind of message he delivered to students?
Some of the message I put, I explained here. But I think the most...
just simply the Chinese poem?
One of the, I think, the most important messages or the education policy of Hirose Tanso was he put the studying the Chinese poem in the curriculums, not only learning the knowledges. That is one of the.
I know the Chinese poem is. I bought this book like this. Chinese poem is teaching. Teaching politics and business.
Not only the politics and the business, but also the reason why the Tanso insisted the importance of learning a Chinese poem was because it is the best way to learn about the ordinary people's mind. If they faced...
Mind means virtue?
No. The very orthodox
culture?
Movement of the feelings about the variety of the events, especially like a war, or poor, or so. Yeah, one of the the typical one is this one. Yes, Shikyo. Yes, this one. Yes, Shikyo. And the Tanso explained that if we study the Shikyo of a Chinese poem, we can learn about what the ordinary people feels about the events. As I said, war, poor, or the something they delighted, and or the sadness, or those kind of feelings we can learn through the poems, because those poems were created based on the pure movement of the people's mind, facing to such kind of events, or looking at the nature, or so that it is the best way to know about the people's mind. So if once we can learn such kind of people's mind, then that will be definitely the base or foundation of what we should do. I mean, we mean the people who would like to lead or guide as the lord of the province, or the king of the nations, or the leader of the people's community, or whatever. So that is a first thing we should learn before we learn any sort of intellectual knowledge is from like books as the strategies. So that's why the Tanso insisted the learning and also the writing the Chinese poem is the top priority things in studying. So that, and also at the same time he also said, so though the learning and the writing a Chinese poem is important, but it is not also the, what can I say, the good things to say to the people about the merit or advantage of the learning poems to the people. So that he said you should not say such kind of things to the ordinary people who does not learn the Chinese poems. Those are the ordinary people, the commoners.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah, maybe he taught Lao Tzu, Chuanzi, Lao Tzu, Chuanzi. He taught.
No.
Like a liberal arts.
No. He talked about only the reason of the reading and writing Chinese poems. You should not explain about the merit of reading or writing of a Chinese poem to the ordinary people who are not interested in the learning.
It poems. Means he tried to teach them economy, business, and politics, right?
In a
Chinese poem is the same as.
Yes, yeah. Chinese, yeah. So not only the
the Chinese poem means. How are you going to handle politics? How are you going to handle the policies, issues, and how are you going to deal business?
Yeah. Of course, the Chinese poem also included
not only content, but he just taught that kind of how to deal, what he does not teach for what is politics, what is business, but he taught how to do that.
No, what he tried to insist was to know the people's what can I say mechanism of the people's mind.
This book teaching how to do that.
Of course, but what he insisted about the Chinese poem was not that portion.